What's up, Brad Squad? This is Yonathan, Elias, and I'm here at the third annual Diwali celebration at Brooklyn Borough Hall. Now, Diwali celebration is a Hindu festival of lights symbolizing the spiritual victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. Now, this year, the Diwali celebration is going to be devoted to the families that have been separated by Trump's administration at the southern borders. This is going to be a very important celebration, and we're going to talk to some of the attendees to see what Diwali means to them and what you as a viewer can take as a lesson. All right, let's check it out.
My name is Wadad Hassan, and I'm the lead advisor for Muslim, Arab, South Asian communities at the New York City Commission on Human Rights. And we're a city agency that enforces one of the strongest anti-discrimination laws in the country.
Awesome. So can you please tell us about the event today and why your organization actually partners up with this event?
Sure. So today we have the second annual Diwali celebration at Brooklyn Borough Hall, and actually the third annual Diwali celebration in Brooklyn. As you know, the theme tonight is ending family separation, and this is something that's on the minds of so many New Yorkers, and we wanted to focus on this tonight because we want people to leave knowing that the city and our city agencies as well, the Commission on Human Rights, the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs, and the Mayor's Community Affairs Unit all stand with immigrants in New York City, and we have their backs, and we will continue to fight for them no matter what's coming out of the federal administration. So we want people to leave with that sense of hope and not feeling fearful or isolated or alone in this political climate where so many people are feeling under attack. So we were very proud to be a part of that, and we're very excited to be here tonight to celebrate the diversity in New York City and Diwali as well. Like many of our heritage events, we want people to come to these events and learn more about the experiences of other communities, to celebrate the diversity in New York City, and celebratory events like this are a great space to do that. So I would definitely encourage folks to visit our website, the New York City Commission on Human Rights.
There's an estimated of 4,000 children that have been separated from their families, and many not reunited with their families. What's a message that you would like to give to any of the family members if they were watching?
I mean, that's really hard because, I think being separated from a loved one is something unimaginable, and no one wants to ever go through that. But what I would say is that, in New York City, we fight for them. We stand with those families, and we're, fiercely defending people here living in New York City, letting them know that, no matter what your immigration status is or your country of origin, what's happening on the federal level is not acceptable, and we will continue to fight that, sending a message to the country that, things like this, family separation, discrimination, and basically racism is what we're seeing at the border is unacceptable.
And what are some changes that you would love to see to the current immigration policies?
I think it's really important for us to approach our immigration policies with a more humane and compassionate lens. I think we're at this point where people are being dehumanized. Black and brown folks at the border are being dehumanized. And this is why I think we see that so many folks being separated at the border. And if we, come at this with more humane and compassionate approach, that, I think that would help so many people and prevent things like this, atrocities that we're seeing now happening.
So I want to know, what is your immigration story?
I was born in Brooklyn. My family is from Yemen, and things like this that I'm seeing coming out of the federal administration it's very disheartening, because I think for many people, first generation or second generation immigrants, the thought always comes in your mind, what about how this can impact me, or this could have been me. So it's definitely very personal for me and so many people in New York City.
The type of music we were doing was called Kirtan, and it's actually a form of Indian devotional music. Originally it was in temples only, and then 500 years ago, thanks to some revolutionaries, they brought it outside of the temple. They said, why should only one set of people be able to do this? Everyone should be able to do this. And so we do Kirtan. The majority of who you saw performing with me are my family, are often at a temple nearby here in Brooklyn. It's called the Radha Govinda Temple. We're also on Instagram and Facebook and many other places. There was an album that I was included on that was Grammy nominated. So I feel really fortunate and very, very proud to be a part of this entire celebration and to be a part of giving my music however I can.
My name is Bita Mostofi. I'm the Commissioner for the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs.
Wow, okay. So what's happening tonight and why is it so important for us to be here celebrating this amazing festival?
So we are gathered tonight with communities across our city, some of whom celebrate and some of whom are here in solidarity with fellow New Yorkers, but to celebrate the festival of Diwali. And it's really a beautiful time. What are you?
She doesn't want her to talk anymore. You as a mother, why is it important to bring her?
You know, as a city of immigrants, nearly 40% of our population foreign-born, one of the things that makes us amazing as New Yorkers is our ability to bring to this great city and to share with one another our cultures and our heritage and to learn from one another. And certainly the Festival of Diwali is one that's all about a recognition of needing to bring light into our lives and our communities. And at this moment in time in our country's history, where so many of our immigrant communities feel under attack, feel like they must be made invisible, this is a time where we come together and recognize that, in fact, we all must come to the light together. We all must make ourselves visible and those around us and ensure that we're using our opportunities and the fact that we're here in this great city as a moment to stand together and to support one another.
You know, this year's celebration is devoted to the separated families, and there's been an estimated of 4,000 children that have been separated from their families.
You know, I don't have a simple message, but I have one of hope for so many communities at this time when we see that there is this attempt to divide us, when we see that there's this attempt to instill fear and confusion, to have people retreat from accessing the services and resources they need, or to fear interacting with others around them. We're reminded in this great city that we are stronger because of our immigrant communities, that we're the safest big city in America because we welcome and are inclusive of everyone. And if I have any message, it is to the children, to families. Thank you for your resilience. Thank you for continuing to teach us to upholding your own dignity and your own values. And may this be a blimp in our history, but a moment in time in which we learn from some of our mistakes, where we can grow and be better and be stronger and celebrate the diversity of all of us in all the right ways. Immigration has a role in the betterment of our cities and our countries. And so cities locally on the ground often have a very positive experience and impact, and recognize that without a fair and just immigration system, we won't be able to continue to thrive and grow as communities across this country.
My name is Ravi Ragbir. I'm the Executive Director of New Sanctuary Coalition, which is an organization that believes no one should be deported. So that all our volunteers and all our members and organizations that ally with us are working with us on that premise, that no one should be deported. It doesn't matter what country you're from, what language you speak, what your sexuality. Sometimes we have packed the court so much that people have to bleed out into the corridors. And you think it's simple, but we have actually had an impact in that courtroom. When the judges see the people that we send them, it causes them to pause and it will give them a better opportunity. My dream is that migration is safe, is made safe for everyone wherever they go to, whether they come into the US, which is right now the safest place to be, and they can migrate safely and naturally. Also that we can all live in dignity together in the same dream of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King and Mahatma Gandhi, where we want to build a beloved community.
Well, there you have it, Brad Squad. I hope that you guys enjoyed this amazing cultural event. This year's celebration is going to be dedicated and devoted to the families in the southern borders that have been separated, and we need to stick together. So thank you for the organization and the people who celebrate Diwali for inviting the Brad Show live. Back to the studio.
Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.